I looked at her. Her free hand was now across her eyes. Her lips were drawn white, showing her clenched teeth. In her throat, a thousand tiny muscles seemed to scream in agony. I felt helpless. Somehow, I thought of the boom of rocks tumbling into a gorge, something much I knew would have to happen.
And it did. Like a maddened terrier, she broke from his grip and began to claw at the photos. The tracks of her fingernails in the soft whitewash were plain. She tore down them all before she stopped.
When she turned again, she was panting, still through her clenched teeth. Her eyes were terrible, the hiss of her breath terrible too. Then she was looking at her father.
He had moved away up the kitchen, ignoring her, as if he had already forgotten she was there. He moved towards the corner where the hen lay nesting, and began to address Deta's mother as if she were alive and sitting in the corner.
Blindly, I took one stride towards the girl, but my foot poised in air. Maybe it was the hen flying with a raucous cackle from her nest that did it. I just remember seeing Deta's fingers press to her face as her scream bored through the hovel. I was dumb. Then I saw her father had wheeled about. He came trudging again towards her, his arms outstretched.
"Deta?" he said, his tone amazingly changed, though uncertain, but a tone that might greet the light after years in a dungeon. "Deta? Girl, Deta? Deta!" In that last cry the uncertainty had gone. I left them each in each other's clasp, waiting outside the house. No one came out or called me.
2 months later, I saw them together in town, Deta driving a pony and trap. She called me over, paid for the run of that Sunday morning, and told me that as soon as the house was finally repaired, I must come out to tea with her. I said I would.
"Do," she said, and she smiled for a moment. "But father still has lapses, so come along, will you?"
People spoke in whispers of her then, but you could sense a vein of secret envy and begrudging admiration of occurred between their nods of disparagement.
Never went out, of course. Her father died almost as soon as she had the house roofed with galvanised and cleaned up. Shortly after his funeral, she sold the house and the few fields quietly to a neighbour, and no one's seen her since. But remembering that fugitive gleam in her eyes the morning she arrived, their different gleam when she saw the girl with the cans of water, I'm almost certain she's not in New York, where she had squandered a part of herself, a spiritual suppleness that she could never recover.